Welcome to the latest review of the Best Review Spot Live. We just finished watching the Avengers. I'm Mass Builder and this is Keegan Pulse.
Yes, it's opening day here, and let me tell you, my first impression is that was insane.
Yeah, that was really good.
We'll unpack this more later in the studio, but for now, just be ready because it was a blast, and we're going to have a lot of fun discussing this one. So we'll see you then. Okay, well, we finally managed to get back into the studio to get this review done, right?
Yeah, I know. It's been a long time, almost. It's almost been 3 weeks.
Yep. Well, basically, the whole idea of this movie is pretty much stated in the trailer when Nick Fury says that the whole idea was to create this team of superheroes. So, basically, the biggest question with this movie is, did it work out? Did their plan fail, or did it succeed?
Yeah, they definitely succeeded, and they added some very nice twist in there that will surprise you when you see the movie. I was very happy with how original it was. It wasn't just like a little bit of this, a little bit of that mixed in all together.
I think part of that shows with the record-breaking run it's had, the #1 box office opening.
Yeah, I actually looked. It's like a 20 million or something. Probably more. It might have been 120 million. Yeah,
200
it was a
million.
lot.
Yes.
More money than I've ever seen.
And of course, with this kind of thing, you get people who are fans of certain heroes and not necessarily fans of the others. So we're happy to report that they got equal screen time for those of you who worried about
they
that.
did a very good job transitioning between all of them and giving them all equal time, and we're going to go into it.
Yes. So I'll start out. We're going to give you a rundown of all the superheroes, kind of what their role is in the movie, kind of how they looked, if they did good, if they did bad, with the scripting and all that. So I'll start with my personal favorite, Captain America. This movie, his suit looked a little lacking in the trailers and the pictures, but it actually looks really nice on screen.
I think in the trailers they originally had Bucky Barnes or somebody like that originally planned to play him, not from the movie that came out a couple years ago. I guess it was last year.
Oh, well, I was talking about his suit.
Well, I don't know.
The actor.
It looks weird. I agree.
Yeah.
The trailers. Or just the pictures.
Yeah, just the pictures. But basically they did really good with giving him the leadership role in this movie. He really shows he lives up to the captain in his name, Captain America, and everyone looks up to him because he's the oldest of the bunch.
Yeah.
So our next hero, who are we talking about next?
I'm personally a fan of Iron Man. I'm like a tech guy. I really like that sort of stuff. I kind of want an Iron Man suit, but it's kind of impossible. Anyway, they did a great job. They kept the latest suit from Iron Man 2, and they gave him a new one, which I personally like the transition back to the new one. I don't want to say too much because they unleash it in a very good moment. They did an excellent job. They kept the suit. They gave him better coloring, I personally think, and it still looks like Iron Man a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's kind of more the comic relief role.
Between him and Hulk, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, did it strike you as him being more sarcastic? Because I thought he was a little bit more than in
a few
other
of the
movies.
things, yeah, that's for sure.
And then next, we're gonna talk about Thor. Thor, basically his movie introduced the villain to Loki, but Thor's role, I'm not sure what we would really put his role as. He's there to fight. He does provide some humor. He kind of just gives it that otherworldly twist, I would say.
I think he anchors Loki into the movie. Because the fact that they're brothers and the fact that it led up into the Thor movie, I think he kind of had to be there for it. I think that's why I had him.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the original Avengers, so I can't say if he was in that. So if he was in that, makes sense why he's there.
Yeah, he was there. I'm pretty sure. So, also, our new hero for this film was Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'd never heard of Hawkeye before. But we're both really into archery, and when he pulls it back down here, that's the Olympic trainer, because they have the sights and stuff.
Yeah, and he does some really cool trick shots, too. And, of course, you gotta love exploding arrows, grappling arrows, all kinds of specialty
Anything you can
arrows.
stick on the end of an arrow, it's there.
Yep, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right, yes. And then, of course, we gotta talk about the big guy with breathtaking anger management issues, the big green guy.
Yeah. They did an excellent job. I haven't seen any of the original movies, but I think it's still pretty close to the original movies.
Yeah, what they did with this one was they actually gave it the actor's face, unlike the other ones where it was just a CG beast, pretty much, monster that didn't really look like the actor.
So they like morphed. I guess
Yeah,
what he's trying to say is they took the face and morphed it into the green
that's
thing.
what they did. They took the CG and made it different like that.
That's good.
And I think the coloration was definitely better. I saw the 03 Hulk, and he was more neonish green, like brighter. This time,
weird.
he's more dark and more realistic, I'd say.
Yeah. More like one of the Toy Story Army Men. Maybe a little bit.
In the old one.
Actually,
yeah,
those are kind of dark
like
green.
that, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I see what you're getting.
And then one more, the last one, Black Widow.
Yeah, I know very little about her. There was an argument on a forum I read, and from the pictures, she's pretty accurate to what I saw. I'm not sure I want to go into this too much.
Yeah.
But we'll just say it was pretty good. They did an excellent job with that.
Yeah, she's pretty much the same as in the Iron Man 2, but I thought she had a little more action and could do more, I guess.
I really like seeing her in action in Iron Man 2. That was cool because she would just jump around.
Yeah, and she gets to pilot the Quinjet in this one as well.
Hawkeye. She and Hawkeye are the only ones that know how to pilot the Quinjet, so one of them has to be around to do that.
And with this movie, I think they did a really good job with the humor aspect of it, along with the action, of course, because it is an action movie. But the humor, I didn't think it was cheesy or forced at any time. It seemed like they knew when to insert it and when to leave it out. And there was one scene where a notable character dies, and I was gonna be really mad if they ended it because he had some funny lines before he died. But they brought it back down to earth and made it serious.
They did. They did a good job. Yeah. And a lot of it sounds like what happens when we hang out with our friends. Because we make all sorts of jokes and side jokes and inside jokes and all sorts of stuff.
Yes, and of course with this movie there are themes too, because you don't want just a straight action movie. You want it to have some heart, some soul, some reason for spending the 2.5 hours for this movie in the theater and not out doing anything. The major one, obviously, with this is teamwork. What do you anything you want to add about that?
They did a very good job keeping them all together and making if they didn't work together, they basically failed in their endeavors. So they had to work together and they got everything done.
Yeah, when they finally realized what was going on, that Loki was trying to draw them apart, they realized how important teamwork really is to really anything, pretty much, for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to do something as big as save the world, you can't do it alone. There's just no way.
Yeah.
So after the final scene rolls, make sure you don't leave the theater.
Yeah, there was a little extra scene. I read about it and made sure we stayed through the first credits when they'll just display all the ones who played the white heroes and then they'll go into the scene. Definitely hinting at an Avengers 2 in there.
Or what they could do with something they could possibly be doing with Thor 2 at the end there.
Possible.
We'll see. But with the success it's seen, I'm not sure. But yeah, what happens is the movie closes and then there's shots of just all the costumes pretty much in the background, and it's like this person as Captain America, whoever is so-and-so and all that, and then it cuts away back to we're not going to give that away.
Yeah. That's something you have to go to the theater for. That's for sure.
Yep. So all that's left is to rate this thing. Would you like to go first, or would you like to go first?
I thought it was a very good movie. Wow, I was just amazed at how cool it was. I've never really been into superheroes before they started leading up to the Avengers. Since then, I've been really into the superheroes. So I definitely give it 5 out of 5 for this one, because it was really good. There wasn't anything too bad in it, at least for our standards.
No, there was not for our standards. There's other people who have complained about it, but for me as well, 5 out of 5, best superhero movie I've seen. As we were kind of hinting at in that intro at the theater, it just blew me away with how well they did.
Yeah, they did a very excellent job just doing everything in the movie.
I'd definitely watch it again.
Yeah, I would go
Either
too.
in the theater or maybe even get the DVD, watch it a bunch of times.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of DVDs to get for Christmas this year.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us as always. I hope you enjoyed it, and we all hope that if you have not seen the Avengers, that you will get out there and go see it. So that's all for now.
Oh well, we forgot to hint at a